Chapter 5: Southern Africa. The edge of the continent, the soul of the earth. Zambia, the land of falling water. In the heart of southern Africa, where rivers run like veins of silver and thunder roars from the earth itself, lies Zambia, a land shaped by water, wilderness, and wonder. The mighty Zambezi River defines this country. From its source in the distant highlands, it winds through plains and forests before plunging into the abyss of Victoria Falls, Mosi or Atunya, the smoke that thunders. Here, the world seems to end and begin again. Curtains of mist rise hundreds of feet into the sky, rainbows shimmer through spray, and the sound of falling water becomes the heartbeat of the continent. Downstream, the river carves deep gorges and forms tranquil pools where hippos and crocodiles bask beneath the African sun. Further north, the Bangweulu wetlands spread like a green labyrinth, home to the elusive shoebill stork, a bird that looks like it belongs to prehistory. In the east, the Luangwa Valley holds one of the greatest concentrations of wildlife on Earth. Herds of elephant wander through Mapane woodland, lions hunt at dusk, and the night fills with the haunting calls of hyenas and owls. Zambia is a land without hurry, where nature still writes the story. Its people live close to the earth, fishing, farming, and singing with the rhythm of the river. Here, the world flows in water and sound, a land of peace, of falling water, and of endless sky. Malawi, the Lake of Stars. In the heart of southern Africa, cradled between highlands and plateaus, lies a jewel of water and light, Malawi, the warm heart of Africa. It is a land that breathes with the rhythm of its great lake, where the morning sun rises like a blessing over mirrored waters. To gaze upon Lake Malawi is to look upon eternity, a sea within a landlocked country, stretching beyond the horizon, calm yet infinite, alive yet eternal. The lake is the soul of Malawi, not merely a body of water, but a living presence, vast and shimmering. Covering nearly a fifth of the nation's surface, Lake Malawi runs more than 500 kilometers from north to south, its depths plunging far into the Earth's rift. It is said that when explorer David Livingstone first saw it, he called it the Lake of Stars, for at night the lanterns of fishing boats flickered upon its surface like constellations scattered across the heavens. Even today, those lights remain, hundreds of tiny fires swaying in the darkness, each one a heartbeat in the life of a people bound to water. Beneath the surface, another universe moves unseen. Over 1,000 species of cichlid fish, found nowhere else on Earth, dart through coral-like rocks, painted in colors that defy imagination: sapphire, gold, emerald, flame. Evolution has written its masterpiece here, shaping diversity through isolation, crafting beauty in secrecy. It is a living laboratory, a reminder that nature is both artist and architect. But Malawi's story is not only written in water. Beyond the lake's shores, the land rises into high plateaus and rolling hills, a mosaic of forests, tea estates, and red earth paths that wind between villages. The Nika Plateau, in the north, spreads like a grassy ocean, dotted with zebra and rowan antelope. In the morning, mist flows across its ridges like silk, revealing a wilderness that feels both African and alpine. To the south towers Mount Mulanje, the island in the sky, a granite giant that rises nearly 3,000 meters above the plains. Its slopes are cloaked in cedar and fern, its cliffs carved by ancient rivers. For generations, it has been both a landmark and a legend, a place of spirits, stories, and the echo of wind through the peaks. For centuries, this land was a crossroads of migration, of trade, of cultures converging between east and west. The Maravi people, whose name gave the country its own, built kingdoms here long before the first Europeans arrived. Through the centuries of colonial rule, when Malawi was known as Nyasaland, the lake's calm surface mirrored storms of resistance. Yet even under hardship, its people carried a quiet strength, patient, proud, unbreakable. When independence came in 1964, it was born not from conquest, but conviction, led by the voice of Hastings Kamuzu Banda, a doctor who dreamed of a self-reliant, unified nation. The road since has not been simple. Droughts, poverty, and change have tested Malawi's resolve. Yet its people have met each trial with dignity, guided by the same patience that ripples across the lake's face at dawn. In the markets of Lilongwe and Blantyre, life moves in rhythms as old as the land. The scent of roasted maize and wood smoke fills the air. Children chase one another through dusty alleys. Traders laugh and bargain beneath canopies of cloth. In the villages, the evening brings community. The crackle of fires, the hum of conversation, and the steady beat of drums that call neighbors together. Music for Malawians is more than art. It is language, memory, and medicine. Zimbabwe, the ruins and the river. Across the Zambezi lies Zimbabwe, a country's name means house of stone, a nation built on endurance, history, and beauty. At its heart stands Great Zimbabwe, an ancient city of stone walls and towers that rise from the savannah. Built over 700 years ago by the ancestors of the Shona people, it was once a center of trade and power, gold, ivory, and culture flowing like the rivers that surround it. Its walls still whisper of kings, traders, and spirits that never left. The Matobo Hills, a sacred landscape of smooth granite domes, hold ancient rock art left by San hunter-gatherers, paintings of giraffes, antelope, and shamans dancing between worlds. It is said that the hills speak at night when wind passes through the rocks like a ghostly choir. To the west, the Victoria Falls mark the border with Zambia, a wonder shared, a symbol of strength. Further south, the Hwange National Park stretches across the dry plains, home to vast herds of elephant and buffalo, watched by lions beneath acacia shade. Zimbabwe's history has known greatness and hardship alike, yet through it all, the spirit of the people remains unbroken. Their songs, their crafts, their laughter rise like the river after rain. From stone to water, from ruin to renewal, Zimbabwe stands as a testament to time, to resilience, and to the unending heartbeat of Africa.
Mozambique, the ocean's memory. Along Africa's southeastern edge lies a country shaped by both fire and water, a land where the sea sings of centuries and the land breathes in rhythm with the tides. This is Mozambique, a coastline of light and memory, stretching over 2,400 kilometers, washed by the Indian Ocean and warmed by the spirit of its people. Here, the ocean is not merely a border, it is history itself, a vast mirror reflecting stories of migration, trade, and survival. For 1,000 years, dhows with curved sails have glided across these waters, linking Africa to Arabia, India, and beyond. On their decks traveled not just goods, ivory, gold, and spices, but also ideas, languages, and dreams. The coast of Mozambique shimmers with islands that seem to float between sea and sky, the Bazaruto archipelago, the Quirimbas, and Ilha de Mozambique, the old coral stone island that once served as a gateway to the world. Today, the echoes of empire remain in the narrow streets of that island, Portuguese arches standing beside Swahili courtyards, while children play among weathered fort walls that have seen centuries of change. The land itself is vast and varied. From the sandy shores, it rises into savannas and wetlands, to the shadowed heights of the Chimanimani Mountains on the Zimbabwean border. Here, mist clings to the forest canopy, and waterfalls thread through cliffs that guard secrets of ancient stone and life. In the Gorongosa National Park, once scarred by war, the wilderness is alive again. Elephants roam freely, lions return to their ancestral plains, and the earth heals beneath the careful hands of conservationists. Mozambique's story has always been one of endurance. Colonized by Portugal for nearly 5 centuries, it was a nation whose wealth was extracted, whose voice was subdued. But from struggle came strength. The long war for independence, led by Frelimo under Samora Machel, was not just a fight for territory, but for identity. And when independence was finally won in 1975, it carried the weight of both joy and loss, for freedom is never without cost. But the peace was fragile. Civil war followed, brother against brother, ideology against ideology. Villages burned, and the rhythm of life faltered. Yet through those years of hardship, Mozambique's heart never stopped beating. Its people held on to song, on to hope, on to the promise that the rains and peace would one day return. And they did. Today, Mozambique stands renewed. From Maputo, the capital, to the villages of the north, life hums with quiet determination. Along the city's waterfront, the Indian Ocean glows like molten glass at sunset, and the sounds of marabenta music drift from cafes, guitars, drums, and voices weaving together a melody both joyous and nostalgic. Markets bustle with color, mangoes, cashews, and spices perfuming the air. Bright capulana fabrics flutter like tropical birds. Fishermen sell their morning's catch beside women who laugh and trade stories. In the countryside, red earth stretches beneath acacia and baobab trees. Farmers bend to tend maize and cassava fields. Children chase goats across the plains, and rivers wind through the land like threads of silver. The Zambezi River, mighty and ancient, cuts across the nation, feeding the delta and sustaining life from mountain to sea. It is a river of myth, its current whispering tales of both destruction and renewal. The north, near the border with Tanzania, lie the Quirimbas Islands, where coral reefs bloom like gardens beneath clear water, and sea turtles nest on deserted beaches. At night, the air fills with the scent of salt and clove, and the stars appear brighter than anywhere else on Earth. To stand here is to feel the pulse of the planet, the quiet rhythm of a world that has survived both storm and time. Mozambique's identity is a blend, African and Arab, Portuguese and indigenous, ocean and earth. It is a place where languages mix like currents, where faiths coexist in harmony, and where resilience runs deeper than the tides. The scars of history remain, yes, in the poverty that lingers, in the memories of conflict, but they are softened by laughter, by renewal, by the courage of a generation that builds peace not through politics, but through compassion. There is a saying in Mozambique, "The sea forgets nothing." And indeed, the ocean remembers the songs of sailors, the cries of struggle, the whispers of love carried by the wind. But it also forgives, always washing the land clean with every dawn. At day's end, as the sun sinks into the Indian Ocean, the light turns gold, then crimson, then soft violet. Fishermen return to shore, their silhouettes etched against the dying glow. Children run to meet them, laughter blending with the cry of gulls. The rhythm of life continues, unbroken, eternal.
Namibia, the desert that dreams. There is a silence so deep, it feels like the earth is holding its breath. That silence lives in Namibia, a country of sand, stone, and soul, where the desert dreams in color and light. The Namib Desert, one of the oldest in the world, stretches along the Atlantic coast like a golden sea. Its dunes, especially those of Sossusville, rise higher than cathedrals, glowing red at dawn and silver at moonrise. The wind shapes them endlessly, erasing footprints within minutes. At its edge, the skeleton coast bears the bones of ships and whales, a haunting meeting of ocean and desert. Fog drifts inland from cold currents, shrouding the sand in mystery. It is both desolate and divine. Further inland, the Etosha Pan lies like a great white mirror, a salt flat visible from space. When the rains come, it fills with life. Flamingos, antelope, lions and elephants gathering at shimmering waterholes. The Himba people of the north still live according to ancient custom, their skin tinted red with ochre, their hair braided with care. Their presence here is a conversation between past and present, between the land and those who love it. Namibia is a land that teaches silence, that beauty can exist without abundance, and life can thrive where none seems possible. Here, the desert is not empty, it is eternal, a memory of earth before memory began. Botswana, the wild sanctuary. If the spirit of Africa could be found in one vast, untamed wilderness, it might live in Botswana. This is a land of water in the desert, of life blooming where there should be none. At its heart lies the Okavango Delta, one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. Each year, waters from Angola flood into northern Botswana, spreading across the Kalahari sands to form a vast inland oasis. From the air, it looks like a green handprint pressed into the desert. As the water flows, life awakens. Elephants wade through papyrus swamps. Leopards stalk antelope on dry islands, and fish eagles cry from acacia branches. The delta breathes like a living organism, pulsing with the rhythm of flood and drought. To the south spreads the Makadi-Kadi-Pan, an endless salt flat shimmering under the sun. In the wet season, it transforms into a shallow lake where flamingos gather by the tens of thousands, painting the horizon pink. Botswana's people have long understood the gift of the wild. Nearly 30% of the country is protected, a remarkable promise to nature and the future. Here, life and land exist in perfect balance. Botswana, where the wilderness reigns, not by force, but by grace. South Africa, the Rainbow Land. At the continent's southern edge lies South Africa, a nation of extremes and harmony, of desert and ocean, mountain and metropolis. It is often called the Rainbow Nation, not just for its people, but for its landscapes. From the red sands of the Kalahari to the lush vineyards of the Cape, from the cliffs of Drakensberg to the wild coasts of the Eastern Cape, this land holds every face of Africa. The Table Mountain rises above Cape Town, flat-topped and ancient, a sentinel over two oceans. Below it, the Atlantic and Indian currents meet in restless dance at the Cape of Good Hope, a place where sailors once prayed and poets still dream. To the north, the Kruger National Park stretches for hundreds of miles, home to the Big Five and countless smaller wonders. At dawn, the light spills gold over acacia thorns, and the call of a lion rolls across the plains like thunder. South Africa's story is one of transformation, from division to unity, from shadow to light. Its cities, Johannesburg, Durban, Pretoria, hum with energy and resilience, while its countryside sings with the memory of freedom hard won. Here, at the tip of Africa, the land seems to breathe both the beginning and the end. South Africa, where continents meet and humanity renews its promise to hope. Lesotho, the kingdom in the sky. High above the plains of South Africa, surrounded entirely by its neighbor, lies a nation in the clouds, Lesotho, the kingdom in the sky. Every inch of this country stands over 1,000 meters above sea level. Mountains rise like fortresses, rivers tumble down in silver ribbons. The Maloti Range forms a crown of peaks, dusted with snow in winter, while the Tabana and Tlenyana, the highest point in southern Africa, pierces the sky at nearly 3,500 meters. Herders in blankets and wool hats ride ponies along narrow mountain trails. Their homes, built of stone, cling to cliffs and valleys where time feels untouched. Lesotho's beauty lies in its solitude. Its rivers, including the mighty Orange River, flow down to feed millions beyond its borders. Its people live in harmony with the rhythm of the seasons and the whisper of the wind. Lesotho, where clouds touch the earth and life carries the dignity of height and silence.
Eswatini, the kingdom of hills and heritage. Between the mountains of South Africa and the plains of Mozambique lies one of Africa's smallest yet proudest nations, Eswatini, the kingdom in the hills. It is a land of mist and sunlight, of ceremony and silence, where modernity and tradition walk side by side, beneath the watchful gaze of ancient mountains. The land itself breathes rhythm. From the rolling high veld to the warm, fertile low veld, Eswatini unfolds like a living tapestry. In the west, mountains rise in soft blue layers, part of the ancient Drakensberg Range, whose cliffs catch the first light of dawn. Rivers like the Lesotho, Komati, and Mbluzi carve through deep gorges, feeding forests of wild fig and acacia. As the morning fog lifts, the hills glow gold under the sun, revealing a country as graceful as it is enduring. The air here carries the scent of rain and earth, the sound of cowbells, the hum of bees. Villages sit cradled in valleys, their circular huts thatched with grass, surrounded by terraced fields of maize and sorghum. It is a landscape both intimate and majestic, where every hill feels like home, every stream like memory. At the heart of this kingdom lies Mbane, the capital, a city of gentle rhythm, nestled high in the mountains. Markets spill color into the streets, woven baskets, hand-carved drums, beadwork that tells stories without words. Just beyond, Lobamba, the traditional seat of royalty, stands as the cultural soul of Eswatini, home to the royal kraal, the parliament, and the Somlolo National Stadium, where the spirit of the nation gathers in celebration. But Eswatini's identity is older than any city, deeper than any border. It is written in the ancient customs that continue to guide its people. In a world racing toward change, Eswatini moves to the rhythm of its own heartbeat, proud, deliberate, timeless. Each year, the land comes alive with ceremony. The Umhlanga, or reed dance, is one of Africa's most vivid expressions of heritage, a week-long festival where tens of thousands of young women, dressed in vibrant attire, gather to honor the Queen Mother and celebrate purity, unity, and strength. Their reed bundles sway in the sun like golden waves, and their songs rise over the hills, songs that speak of identity, dignity, and belonging. Later in the year, the Inkwala, or first fruit ceremony, marks renewal. It is a ritual of kings and ancestors, of sacred fire and harvest. The king of Eswatini, a living symbol of unity, leads his people in giving thanks for the year's abundance and seeking blessing for the next. The ceremony links every Swazi heart, from farmer to monarch, in shared gratitude to the land that sustains them. This deep reverence for tradition exists alongside a landscape of surprising diversity. In the Halane Royal National Park, white and black rhinos graze beneath ancient trees, their shadows stretching across red earth. Mikaya and Milwane, sanctuaries once empty of wildlife, now thrive again, home to zebra, kudu, and hippos wallowing in quiet pools. Conservation here is not merely protection, it is restoration, a partnership between people and land, between past and future. To the traveler, Eswatini feels both open and intimate. Roads wind through green valleys and rocky passes, revealing vistas of endless sky.
Angola, the land reawakened. On Africa's Atlantic coast, where desert meets rainforest and river meets sea, lies Angola, a land vast and untamed, where the earth tells stories in the language of stone, wind, and fire. From the endless dunes of the Namib Desert to the green depths of the Congo Basin, Angola is a country of contrasts. Beauty born from resilience, silence shaped by survival. Here, the land itself feels alive. The western coast stretches for more than 1,600 kilometers, carved by waves that have beaten its cliffs for eons. The Atlantic rolls in heavy and ancient, foaming against red and gold sands that glow beneath the sun. Inland, the land rises into plateaus and escarpments, great staircases of rock climbing toward the interior highlands. The Benguela Current, cold and rich with life, flows north along the coast, feeding fisheries and giving the ocean its distinct, misty temperament. Above, seabirds wheel in slow, graceful arcs, and fishermen mend their nets in silence, their faces weathered by both salt and time. At the country's heart runs the Kwanza River, lifeline of Angola. Its waters twist through canyons and savannas before finally surrendering to the Atlantic, carrying the memory of mountains, forests, and human hands. Along its banks lie villages that have stood for generations, where children play by the river's edge and women sing as they draw water, songs that flow like the river itself, timeless and unbroken. To the north, rainforests thicken, dense and humming with life. Here the calls of hornbills echo across canopies, dripping with moss and light. In the far east, near the border with Zambia, the Kwando and Kubango rivers trace their way toward the Okavango Delta, feeding one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. In the south, the Namib Desert reclaims the horizon, a kingdom of silence, where dunes move like waves, and the wind leaves patterns on the sand that seem written by invisible hands. Angola's history is as vast as its land. For centuries, powerful kingdoms ruled here, the Kingdom of Congo in the north, and later the Kingdom of Indongo, where a queen named Nzinga Mabande rose to defy empire. Warrior, diplomat, and visionary, she resisted Portuguese colonization with strategy and courage, her name echoing through time as a symbol of strength and sovereignty. Colonial rule, however, reshaped the land. For 5 centuries, Angola was bound to Portugal, its people drawn into the Atlantic slave trade that scattered millions of African lives across oceans. Towns like Luanda and Benguela, now bustling with music and motion, were once ports of departure, silent witnesses to humanity's deepest wound. Yet, even through that darkness, Angola's spirit endured. When independence finally came in 1975, it was hard-won and triumphant. But peace did not follow, not immediately. The long civil war that tore the nation apart left its scars upon both land and heart. Entire generations grew up amid conflict, their dreams interrupted by gunfire and displacement. And yet, Angola rose, slowly, steadily, defiantly.